We all come to a story with hopes and expectations, looking for an answer. Sometimes it would be better to live with that hope without ever knowing the full story. In a horror story, there are only victims and monsters. And the trick is not to end up as either. But trapped by the genre, we are all ripped to pieces along the way. This is not the story I hoped it would be. This is not the ending I wanted. This story will eat us alive. This story is a monster. And monsters wear many faces.
Where's the rest of the stuff? I need to finish this.
What the fuck? Hey, kiddo. How are you?
I'm good, Mom. How are you?
This trip might take a little longer than I thought. I'm sorry I've been gone so much lately, Logan.
Oh my god, Mom, it's not your fault people get all murdery. What happened?
Just work stuff.
Right. Well, Dad and I are just watching the latest episode of Night Springs here. Mom, it's so good.
No spoilers! I'll let you get back to the show. You were supposed to wait and watch with me. I love you both.
This is what happens when you go on work trips, Mom. Love you too. And say hi to Casey. Tell him to stop brooding so much.
Logan? I will. Bye, kiddo. Logan thinks you should try cheering up.
Snarky kid. Wonder where she gets that from.
It can't be a coincidence that another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Feels like the killer's leaving us a message.
I'm glad you're on this case with me, Anderson. It's right up your alley. You should take lead. Think of me as the backup.
Okay. Any words of advice?
Nothing that would cheer anyone up. Here we are. Cauldron Lake.
Time to get to work. A deputy was supposed to be here to show us to the crime scene. There's the car, so where's the deputy?
Eaten by a bear? I'll check out that map. Worth memorizing before we get swallowed up by the trees.
You're the one who wanted to... Quit your belly aching. We're not up here now.
Come on, Saga. Time to get back to work. Locked. They really don't want people coming in here. The Federal Bureau of Control? That's a new one. Toxic volcanic gas, huh?
The FBC is an obscure branch. It only shows up for unusual cases.
Well, what's so unusual about volcanic gas?
Beats me. Did you get lost?
Hey, over here. Hey there. Agent Casey, right? Sheriff Breaker said you'd be coming by to take over the case.
You're half right. Anderson?
Saga Anderson. I'll be leading this case. Seems you already know my partner, Alex Casey.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy Mulligan. I just figured that, you know, that, Federal agent's right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
Right here? What do you mean? Are they with you? Oh, shit! They didn't hear me, did they?
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah, a couple out-of-towners. I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
Mention the city folk. It's pretty suspicious.
Not that we have anything against city folk, right, Thornton? But don't worry. Sheriff Breaker took them back to town a while ago.
What can you tell us about the crime scene?
Tell them about the heart.
I was getting to that, Thornton. Well, we reckon there are some, organs that are currently outside the victim's person when they should be, well, you know, inside.
I want to see the body. How do we get there?
Oh, sure, that's real simple. Just through the hole in the fence, down the hill towards the lake, around the old convenience store. You can't miss it. Everything's been closed since the area was fenced off. The store, the campground, all of it.
Hey, Mulligan, tell them I'm here, waiting. I'll show them around.
They got it, Thornton.
Before we get to the crime scene, there's time to review the facts of the case so far. Make sure I'm seeing the clues clearly. The Mind Place. My version of the Mind Palace technique. To sift through clues and work the case. Building the Mind Place again for each case. Using each field office as a model in my head. The facts are on the board. Everything we know about the previous murders. Worth taking another look.
see you're already hard at work, Anderson. Close to cracking it?
We're just getting started. Let's head down the hill to the crime scene.
Fucking nature. Gives me a headache. There's too much sky.
Hey, Casey. You putting me in charge. Why now?
Look, Anderson, you're a better detective than I am. You've cracked cases that had the rest of us baffled. I don't want to slow you down.
Are you thinking of retiring? You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case.
Mm-hmm. Real funny, Anderson.
Stairs are out. You okay to jump down?
I'm not that old.
Not a bad place to get murdered.
If getting back to nature is your thing.
Damn. Should have brought an umbrella.
I like the rain. The only thing around here that feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
If they did, next coffee's on me.
Damn it, there, can I make it, Mulligan?
I'll be back in a second.
Roger.
Deputy Thornton, I take it.
That's me, at your service, ready to get this case solved. Now the body's behind the store. Come on, I'll show you. So, the FBI, huh? That's so cool. Hunting down psycho serial killers and shootouts with the mob.
You forgot the UFO cover-ups.
What? Those are real? You guys hiring?
Thornton, he's joking.
Let's just see this body, shall we?
Now this is the scene of the crime. We found him on the table. And we didn't touch nothing, you know, procedures and stuff.
Thanks, Deputy.
No tarp. You owe me a coffee.
Okay. Let's start by examining our guest of honor. Does this fit the MO of the previous murders? Step 1. Examine the corpse.
Wanna start by inspecting the body, Anderson?
Body is positioned on the table. Ritualistic. Another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Coincidence? The killer left the heart right next to the body. Bruising on the wrist from the cargo straps holding him down. Inside stab wound, chest cut open, heart removed. Think, Saga. Heart removed from chest, strapped by the wrists. Definitely matches the previous murders. But this time the heart and the straps were left behind. More clues to work with. This makes 4 murders that we know about. Who is our victim? Who killed him? Need to find more clues. Multiple people were here. Multiple killers? Large amount of blood on the table. The victim died here. Boot prints, indicating multiple killers. Quite the party. Did they plan for the murder to happen here? Any idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. I haven't heard a word about him since. Well, until now.
Nightingale? Robert Nightingale?
Oh, yes. You probably know him. Brothers in arms. Oh, and sisters.
Someone left in a hurry. Knocked the tripod over. Was it for a camera? Someone was drinking beer. They spent time here, waiting. So you knew our victim?
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
Nightingale went missing 13 years ago. 2010.
The same as all the other victims.
Certainly fits the pattern. Makes me wonder what was going on that year.
Probably something this town wants to forget.
So what happened to Nightingale after the Bureau let him go?
I only know the rumors. Depression led to booze, booze led to paranoia. He got some wild ideas in his head, chased ghosts until he fell off the map. Guess he ended up here.
I bet there's more to that story.
But no happy ending.
I think that's everything. For now, at least.
Mm-hmm. Anything clicking yet?
Not sure. Need to think about it. Robert Nightingale, ex-FBI, came to Bright Falls 13 years ago. They planned for the murder to happen here, passing the time with equipment ready. They were waiting for him. But why Nightingale? He's been missing for 13 years. Why here? Why now? Profiling. Get into the subject's head. See what they saw. Feel what they felt. Use whatever I know about them to guide my intuition to a revelation. Piece it together. Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake, before his murder. Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why?
Flick the switch. It goes click. Lights are off. But somebody's home. Somebody's home.
This wasn't some random act of violence. This was a ritual. And Nightingale a component. They didn't see him as a person. More like a container for something. Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why?
Flick the...
This mug always cheers me up. The lake is connected to Nightingale somehow. Casey, let's take a look down by the lake. Lead the way.
Sounds good. This way, right?
Right.
Well, okay. Well, I'll just wait here.
This one of your hunches, Anderson? Did something happen at the lake?
I think Nightingale came up from that direction. From the lake. Probably looking for shelter. Safety. They were waiting for him.
When you're ready, I'd love to hear what you put together so far.
Sure. It's not that complicated. Nightingale was out in the woods alone at night, possibly nude. The killers knew he was here, ambushed him, dragged him to the campgrounds, strapped him to the table, cut his heart out. But then they were interrupted by those witnesses, the Bookers. The job is unfinished.
That seems pretty complicated to me. What was this guy doing skinny dipping at this time of year?
Haven't figured that part out yet.
Lots of questions.
There's a piece of paper on the ground.
I didn't know trees got that big.
Tracks. Barefoot. Nightingales? They come... A page full of text on one side. Not a printout. Written with a typewriter. Old school. Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
Like a manuscript. Page of a story. Killer left a message.
It's for us. The text is about us. The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. And then there was the page they found. The first step down into terrifying depths.
Reading
the words.
These words felt like a message.
Felt like a message.
Someone knew they were here, someone playing a game with them. An invitation. How could they not accept,
even if they knew it would end up hurting them? Someone's been watching us.
Playing a sick game with us.
You were right. This is right up my alley. Nightingale came this way. Either he dropped this page, or the killers left it for us. I think he came from the lake. But his tracks make no sense. We found a page in the woods. A story about these events. What is Nightingale's role in this?
I carry his words close to my chest now. Inside, the awful truth. You must dig it out.
Something was put inside him. In his chest. I must find out what.
The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale, gone missing here 13 years ago. Now he had suddenly turned up, only to be murdered in a brutal ritual on the very day of their arrival. And then there was the page. This page, the first page that they had found, not the last. The first step down into terrifying depths. Secret truths trembling beyond the threshold. Reading the words, these words, felt like a message. Was a message. Someone knew they were here. What they were doing. Someone playing a game with them. Leading them on. An invitation. How could they not accept? The sheer audacity of this impossible mystery presented to them. Even if they knew it would end up hurting them.
Found all I can here. Time to properly examine the body. See what I can find inside. Casey, I think something's been put inside Nightingale's body. Let's tell the deputies to get the body to the town morgue.
Okay.
Hey, you made it back. Good. I hope you didn't get stuck in any of those big puddles. Crazy flooding down there, huh? Just like I said.
Deputy, I want the body taken back to town for a proper examination, ASAP.
Well, sure. But the coroner won't be back in town for another week after Deerfest.
Not a problem. I'll do it myself.
Oh, and Sheriff Breaker called to say he's got the Bookers at the Oh Dear Diner in town. Oh, and I've got a key to the gate. It's a shortcut back to the parking lot just up the hill.
Thanks. Let's get the car, drive to Bright Falls, and talk to these witnesses, the Bookers.
At the diner, right? I could use a cup of coffee.
Let's try that shortcut the deputy mentioned.
Sounds good.
Seems like a nice town so far. Murders aside. Pretty woods. Cute lodge we got set up in. We should go for a hike if we get a chance.
Now you're just being mean, Anderson.
Deputies aren't exactly up to the task, but hopefully the sheriff will be more helpful.
Not a surprise.
Deputies
about the
aren't
deputies.
exactly up to the task,
Doubt they
but
see
hopefully
much
the sheriff
stuff
will be
this
more
gruesome.
helpful.
Not a surprise about the deputies. Doubt they see much stuff this gruesome.
Is that a kid's lunchbox? An Alex Casey movie lunchbox. Is that a Casey hates the endless jokes about coincidentally having the same name as a fake detective. Casey hates the endless jokes about coincidentally having the same name as a fake detective. He hates those cheesy crime books, but he really hates the movies. Can't fit the clues all together yet. Heart removed, tripod. Can't fit the clues all together to a dead end. Heart removed, tripod. Tracks leading to a dead end.
Snuff film?
Maybe.
For a camera?
And why take out his heart just to throw it away?
Snuff film?
Maybe.
Something for us to find.
And why take out his
think I saw
heart just to
something.
throw it away?
It'll only take a minute.
Something for us to find.
I think I saw something. It'll only take a minute.
I'll wait here.
Here we are. Let's drive back to town and meet the sheriff at the diner. Here we are. Let's drive back to town and meet the sheriff at the diner. I can't get that manuscript page out of my head. I've never seen killers reach out so directly before. I can't get that manuscript page out of my head.
Impressive work
I've
so
never
far.
seen killers reach out so directly
With
before.
your technique, these damn impressive work fast. Far. With your
I wasn't sure
technique,
about taking a
these
case so far from home, but
moving fast.
I'm thrilled to be here for this mystery. I wasn't sure about taking a case so far from home, but I'm thrilled to be here for this mystery. Need to swing by the lodge to get anything from the field office?
I'm all set.
I'll park there anyway. Need to swing by the lodge to get anything from the field office? Get a feel for the town.
I'm all set.
I'll park there anyway. I want to walk to the diner, get a feel for the town. The diner's just up the waterfront. Shouldn't keep the sheriff and our witnesses waiting.
I smell.
The diner's just up the waterfront. Shouldn't keep the sheriff and our witnesses waiting.
I smell.
That concludes our debate on whether... That concludes our debate on whether...
I'm gonna go check something out. Be right back.
Got it.
I'm gonna go check something out. Be right back.
Got it.
I need something to cut this. I need something to cut this.
Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you?
So sleepy. Just a few more days. So sleepy. Just a few more days.
I can't force it open. I can't force it open.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
I'll be back in a second.
Roger.
Hey there, Mr. Deer. I'll be back in a second. Of a dream I had. Hey there, Mr. Deer. You remind me of a dream I had. It's not opening. It's not opening.
Hello. Hello.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
It doesn't budge. It doesn't budge.
Did you get lost, Anderson? Did you get lost,
Just how much
Anderson?
coffee have you had today, Charlie? Just how much coffee have you had today, Charlie?
Can't open this with my bare hands.
Not to toot my own
Can't
horn,
open
but
this with my bare
I'm
hands.
Sure my, I mean our float. Not to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty darn sure my, just you. I mean our float. We'll be the belle of the ball at this year's Gear Fest. Just you.
Let me guess. The FBI. Welcome to Bright Falls.
It's
Let
nice
me
to
guess.
have you here.
The
I
FBI.
got you both some coffee.
Welcome to Bright Falls.
Washington's finest. It's
Nice to
have
meet you,
here.
Sheriff.
I got you both some coffee.
I'm set for coffee.
Well, it's
You know, I
Washington's
wouldn't say
finest.
no to another.
Nice to meet
I'm
you,
Agent
Sheriff.
Saga Anderson.
This is
I'm set
Agent
for
Alex
coffee.
Casey.
You know, I wouldn't
Tim
say
Breaker.
no to another.
And let me just say,
I'm Agent
happy
Saga
that you're
Anderson.
here.
This is Agent
Frankly,
Alex
we could
Casey.
use the help. Tim Breaker. And
Your
let me just
deputy
say, I'm
said you
happy
had a
that
couple
you're
of
here.
witnesses here.
Frankly,
They
we could
made
use the
them
help.
sound like suspects.
Your deputy
Mulligan
said
and
you
Thornton
had a
still
couple of
on about
witnesses
that?
here.
They
No,
made them
no,
sound
the Bookers
like
don't strike me as the murdering type, but Mulligan and Thornton, you can
still
decide
on
for
about that?
yourselves. No,
They're just
no,
inside
the Bookers
having
don't
coffee and
strike
pie to
me as
calm
the
their
murdering
nerves.
type, but
I'll see what they have to
you
say.
can decide for yourselves.
Casey, you compare
They're
notes
just
with the
inside
sheriff.
having coffee and pie to calm
Take
their
your
nerves.
time.
I'll see what they have to say. Casey, you compare notes with the sheriff.
We've looked through
Take
the
your
case
time.
files you sent over, Sheriff. Have you had many people besides... We've looked through the case files you sent over, Sheriff. Sure. Have you had many people besides... go missing? Yes. Sure. Missing person cases... But it's still down to 2010, like was passed on. Defense was built just after. Missing person cases spiked around 2010. Exactly right.
Excuse me. I'm Agent Saga Anderson. Are you the Bookers? Excuse me.
That's us. I'm Tammy, and he's
I'm
Ed.
Agent Saga Anderson.
Hello, officer.
Are you
Just
the
Saga
Bookers?
is
fine, Ed.
That's us. So
I'm
are we
Tammy,
being
and
charged
he's
with
Ed.
anything? Because if
Hello,
not,
officer.
we'd love
Just
to get back
Saga
to our
is fine,
hotel
Ed.
and decompress after
So
what
are
we
we
saw.
being charged with
Take a
anything?
bath,
Because
scream
if
into
not,
pillows,
we'd
that kind of
love
thing.
to get back to
We're
our
not
hotel
charging
and
you.
decompress
I
after
just
what
have a
we
few
saw.
questions.
Take a bath,
Nothing to stress
scream into
about.
pillows, that
okay?
kind of thing.
We're not charging you. I just have a few questions. What were you
Nothing to
doing
stress
at Cogent
about,
Lake last
okay?
night?
I'm a writer. True crime.
What were you doing
We're
at
here from New
Cogent
York,
Lake last
doing
night?
some research on a famous novelist, Alan Wake, went missing here. True crime. I was down at the lake, We're here
getting
from New
some
York,
details.
doing some research on a famous
Perfectly
novelist,
legal.
Alan Wake, went missing here. I was down at the lake, getting some details.
So what did you see in the
Perfectly
woods?
This naked dude came out of the lake.
So what did you see in the woods?
He was acting crazy.
shouting
Naked dude
weird
came out of
shit
the
at
lake.
us.
He must have been on something. He was acting
Unless
crazy.
skinny dipping at
shouting
dawn is a
weird
thing around
shit at
here.
us.
Then
he
we
must
heard
have been on
shooting.
something.
Unless
We ran into
skinny
these
dipping at dawn is a
psychos,
thing around
deer
here.
masks.
Then we heard shooting.
They were tearing into
We
the
ran into
naked
these
guy with
psychos,
knives. Deer
like some
masks.
kind of
They were
satanic cult.
tearing into the naked guy with knives.
Then we bolted.
Like some kind of
called the cops.
satanic cult. And then we bolted. And
What
called
makes
the
you say
cops.
it was a cult?
The masks and knives aren't enough.
What makes you say it was a cult?
They were shouting,
The masks
Cult
and
of the
knives
tree.
aren't enough.
the cult of the tree. They were shouting, of the tree. Cult of the tree.
Oh,
the
and we
cult
found
of the tree. Cult of the
whole
tree.
thing
was
Oh,
terrifying.
and we found him.
That's all. The whole thing was terrifying. That's all.
The cult of the tree. What are the Bookers telling me?
I found their necklace.
The cult of the tree.
The symbol is two triangles.
What are the Bookers telling me?
I found their necklace.
Tammy.
The symbol
Finders
is two
keepers
triangles.
The cult
My
wants their
publisher
spruce
will
tree
want this
back.
on the cover.
Tammy.
Tammy
Finders
found
keepers
something. A
My
necklace
publisher
belonging
will
to
want
one of the
this on the
cultists. Tammy found something. The Bookers
necklace
necklace
belonging
belonging
to
to one of the cultists. Why?
The fence was built to hide
The
what's
Bookers
there.
were at Cauldron Lake.
They say
Why?
the writer found the lake was built to
Private
hide
party.
what's there.
No
They say the
trespassing.
writer found the lake has questions.
Private party.
Past the bolt cutters.
No trespassing.
They broke in for the sake of
My
Tammy's
book
book.
has questions.
Nothing to do with
Past
a
the
murder.
bolt cutters.
They broke
They were
in for the
telling the
sake of
truth.
Tammy's book. Nothing to do with a murder. They were telling the truth. So you found something there, right? A necklace these cultists may have dropped. So you
Okay.
found something there, right?
Wow.
A necklace
How did
these
you put that
cultists may have
together?
dropped.
It's evidence. Okay.
You need to hand it over.
Wow. How did you put that together?
It's evidence. You need to hand it over.
Told you not to keep that thing to me. Told you not to keep that thing to me.
Thanks. This could prove to be helpful. Do me a favor. Stick around town for now in case we have any more questions. This could prove to be helpful.
Like we'd even
Do me a favor. Stick around town for now in case we have any more questions. Saga Anderson.
Dream of this.
I live and breathe. Saga Anderson. I thought we'd never see you back here after that awful, awful thing happened to your baby. I thought we'd never see you back here after that awful, awful thing happened to your baby. I'm sorry. Who are you? How are you? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. It's me, Who are you? Rose. I don't know what you're talking about. You know me. It's I don't think I do. Silly. Rose. And what horrible thing happened to my baby girl? I don't think I do. And what horrible thing happened to my baby girl? Your daughter. She drowned. That's so weird. You don't remember. How do you know I have a daughter? That's so weird. You don't remember. I know what this is. How do you know I have a daughter? You're blocking out your traumatic memories. Oh, happens on TV. You're blocking out your traumatic memories. Happens on TV. You're mistaking me for someone else. No. If you say so. You're mistaking me for someone else. If you say so.
All set? My guys have Nightingale at the morgue if you're ready to go take a look.
Let's go.
All set? My guys
Well,
have Nightingale at the morgue
I got a
if
lead.
you're ready to go take a look.
Looks like we're dealing with a cult. The cult of the tree. I got a lead.
A murder.
Looks like we're dealing with a cult.
Fuck.
The cult
Have
of
you
the
heard
tree.
of this cult of the tree, Sheriff?
Only the urban legend. If you're in the woods at night, the cult
Have you
will get
heard of this cult of the tree, Sheriff?
Only the urban legend. If you're in the woods at night, the cult will get you. Are we? That sort of thing. I played some D&D back in the day.
Find out you're
Wizard
the
was
Grand
always my
Wizard or
favorite class.
something.
Are we?
Sheriff.
I played
Looks
some
like you have
D&D
some
back in the
guests.
day. Wizard was always my favorite morning, class. Ted.
Morning, Sheriff.
Yeah,
Looks
real
like you have
important
some
guest.
guests.
Deerfest. Always draws a
morning,
crowd,
Ted.
right? Yeah,
Too true.
real important guest.
More the merrier.
Deerfest.
Have a good one, Sheriff.
Always draws a crowd, right?
Too true. More the merrier. Have a good one, Sheriff.
Hey, what do you know about that waitress from the diner?
Rose? Yeah, she's
Hey,
a bit
what do
of
you
a
know about
space
that
case.
waitress from
Always
the
has been.
diner?
Rose? Why? What'd she do now? Yeah, she's a
She
bit
kept
of a
saying
space
that my
case.
daughter drowned.
Always has been.
She even knew my name.
Why?
It was all
What'd she do
very
now?
weird. She kept saying
Rose
that my
has a
daughter
talent for
drowned.
saying the weirdest thing possible.
She even knew my name.
But
It was
it's
all
best not to
very
take it personal.
weird.
Rose has a talent for saying the weirdest thing possible. But it's best not to take it personally.
Hey, boss. Corpse is downstairs ready to go.
Yep, in the morgue, all
Hey,
prepped.
boss.
I'd like to take a
Corpse is
closer look as
downstairs
soon as
ready to
possible.
go.
Yep, in the morgue, all prepped.
I'd like to take a closer look as soon as possible.
I'll be right with you, sir.
Yep. Just here to pay my ticket. Whenever
I'll
you're
be right
ready to
with you,
take my
sir.
money. Yep. Just here to pay my ticket. Whenever you're ready to take my money.
It doesn't budge. It doesn't budge.
They locked up an innocent man. They locked up an innocent man. I swear I didn't do anything. They're a lying bunch of bastards. I swear I didn't do anything. You believe me, right? They're a lying bunch of bastards. You believe me, right?
Have a nice day. Have a nice day.
Agent? Agent? As you know, the investigation is being taken over by the federal agents. As you know, wants us to cooperate. The investigation is being taken over by the federal agents. Seriously, Sheriff Breaker wants us to cooperate fully.
I'm a tourist,
I'm being
and it
serious.
appears that I'm lost in the woods. You've only had a tour guide also here.
So we share a morgue with the funeral home next door. It's a shoestring budget.
Oh no.
I guess you guys don't have that. So we share a morgue with the funeral home next door. Our only coroner rotates between a few other towns, and he's away this week. But you can handle. I guess you guys don't have that.
I'm qualified to perform.
Our only coroner rotates between a few other towns, and he's away this week. But you can handle this, right?
I'm qualified to perform.
My first ever prank on Casey. A true classic. My first ever prank on Casey. A true classic. If only the rest of the Bureau knew what a softie Casey is. If only the rest of the Bureau knew what a softie Casey is. Miss you, kiddo. I'll be home soon.
11 remaining.
Miss you, kiddo. Mom may be gone. I'll be home soon. But whenever I read this, I feel like she's still here. Mom may be gone. But whenever I read this, I feel like she's still here.
Oh dear, I am a tourist, and it appears that I'm lost in the woods. Oh dear, I am a tourist, and it appears that I'm lost in the woods. You've only had a tour guide also there. It's bear season. Oh no, help, bear. Help. Did somebody call for a tour guide? Oh wow. Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours. Did somebody call for a tour guide? Oh, wow. At affordable prices. Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours. I'm Ilmo Koskela. Unforgettable tour experiences. Coffee roaster slash tour guide by Coffee World Magazine. That's right. I'm Ilmo Koskela, voted best coffee roaster slash tour guide by Coffee World Magazine. I've heard the government has seized and restricted access to many local nature attractions. I've heard the government has seized and restricted access to many local nature attractions. Fenced off by the government. That is true, Yuck. And that's why many local attractions have reason to become fenced off by the government. Fuck the government. That's why at Koskela Brothers we have bolt cutters. We say, oh, fuck the government. You think of everything. And we'll take you anywhere. Oh, wow. You think of everything. And
hiking through the scenic Elderwood National Park. Fishing in the crystal clear waters of Elderwood National Park. Bird watching at majestic clear waters of Bright Falls Dam. Bird watching at majestic Mirror Peak.
Tour of a lifetime is just one phone call away. Book now to get a 9% discount on this limited edition Oh Dear Diner coffee thermos. To get a 9% discount on this limited edition Oh Dear Diner coffee thermos.
Something about morgues. They always cheer me up.
I can't say I feel the same.
Something about morgues. They always cheer me up.
I can't say I feel the same.
Force it open. I can't force it open.
Okay. Let's take a look at our patient.
I'll start with the external inspection.
Let's take a look at our
performing the
patient.
internal examination. I'll start with the external inspection.
Before
What was
performing
the cause of
internal
death?
examination.
What other clues can the body give me? What was
There's
the cause
writing
of
on
death?
here.
What other clues can
Can't
the body
make it
give
out.
me?
Writing?
There's writing on here.
How'd they manage that?
Can't make it out. The
Writing?
body shows signs of being
How'd they
submerged in
manage
water
that?
post-mortem. The body shows
doesn't add
signs
up.
of being submerged in water post-mortem. This looks like text.
It doesn't add
A
up.
tattoo?
Nightingale didn't strike me
This
as
looks
a
like text.
tattoo guy.
A tattoo?
Defensive wounds didn't strike me as put up a tattoo guy. Defensive wounds. He
They
put
did
up
leave
a
something
fight.
inside his chest. Uh-huh. They did leave something inside his chest.
We're dealing with an organized group of killers, not a lone serial killer. We're dealing with an organized group of killers, not a lone serial killer. I need to know more about the Code of the Tree if I'm going to shut them down. I need to know more about the Code of the Tree if I'm going to shut them down. Finding a Casey movie lunchbox out here can't be a coincidence. Another message. Finding a Casey movie lunchbox out here can't be a coincidence. Another message. Think, Saga. Think, Saga. Time to see what Nightingale's body can tell us. Time to see what Nightingale's body can tell us. chest wound is cause of death, but the corpse is bloated. Waterlogged. Chest wound is cause of death. Doesn't add up, but the corpse is bloated. Waterlogged.
There's definitely something in his chest. Did the killers leave it there? There's definitely something in his chest. Did the killers leave it there? Same type of page we found at Cauldron Lake. It's the same type of page we found at Cauldron Lake.
Didn't see her. The Taken could not see into bright light. Hunted Saga. Light hurt them. Didn't see her. Made them vulnerable. The Taken could not see into bright light. Heart, but here he was. Light hurt them. Made them vulnerable. Nightingale had no heart, but here he was. Killing.
Hey, hold on.
Someone's created a fucked
We
up
found
fantasy
these
about
kinds
us.
of pages. Hey, I didn't think they were relevant to this case. We found these kinds of pages. I have them right here. I didn't think they were relevant to this case. I have them right here. No, wait. No, wait.
My gun's out in the hall. Gotta get it back. My gun's out in the hall. Gotta get it back.
Go!